Powered by Riverside FM.
Hey, freaks, geeks, and elites. We're Marley and AJ, and we're here to serve you a 3-course meal of this fortnight's hyper-focused flavors.
So place your napkins, because you know things in our kitchen gonna get messy, and let's get into it.
So we're going to do some introductions.
We could do that.
So Marley, tell me about yourself. What do you want to say?
Now I'm on the spot. I really actually hate introducing myself because whenever I think about myself, I'm like, I'm really not that deep. What do I say? I'm a 46-year-old woman. I've lived in Australia all my life. Single mother. He's all grown up now, so I'm allowed to be as childish as I want.
Hooray!
Damn straight. We got past the hard part. He can feed himself. We're good. So I guess it's only been in the last few years that I've actually started gaining some hobbies and some stuff outside of just work, read a book, sleep, work, read a book, sleep.
Yeah.
I've been kind of drowning in anxiety, depression, my mental health issues for a very long time. And I'm finding now that I'm trying to pick myself up, it's actually really hard at 46 to make friends and find your tribe. Weirdly, my last job has made me all sorts of strange friends that actually feel like they will linger around post-job. Like, you know, AJ. She left a while ago and I'm still stuck with her. I don't know what...
You can never be free of me.
One of us. But, you know, I've met some really good people at this last job, and maybe it's just that I'm finally in a state where I can connect with people and remember to reach out to them and cultivate those relationships, that I'm starting to become a fully actualized human being.
Probably better than 75% of the population.
Well, it's right in time for dementia in the old folks' home, okay? And I think it's probably a good idea that I learn how to form connections, because I'll be stuck with those bastards in the old folks' home for a while, so I should...
That's right. Whether they're actually there or not, they will be there in your mind.
Yep. Alright, so enough about me. Alright, so AJ, what's your background?
So, I'm 1 year older than you. I'm 47. I'm also a parent. My body stupidly decided to have 2 children at once, and I'm still in recovery from that, even though they're almost 12 years old. I was born and grew up in the good old USA. Very popular in the news media right now. Yeah.
For all the wrong reasons.
Less said, the better. And when I was just shy of my 23rd birthday, I immigrated to Australia to be with my current housemate, baby daddy, husband, spouse, partner in crime, whatever you want to call it. Husband. So I just stayed, and we just kept not hating each other, so that was good.
I hear that is in fact good for marriages and raising children together. Yes.
For some reason, we just still like each other most of the time. And yeah, definitely different circumstances, but I hear you on the sort of reinventing or discovering myself journey. I did go through some of that when I was younger, but after twins, COVID, a bunch of other smaller scale personal stuff that just all hit at the same time, kind of felt like my own, you know, identity, wants, hobbies, friendships all had to take a back burner. And now I'm like, I'd really like to just do things I want to do now instead of worrying about what other people want.
Like a podcast?
Yeah, like a podcast.
Well, circus was the first choice, but we turned out that's too much physical labour involved in.
I'm too old for that. I'm doing that push-ups challenge. Yesterday was 100 push-ups, and that nearly killed me. If I can't do 100 push-ups, then I certainly cannot be in the circus. Unless I have a role for, like, sad clown that just kind of stands there and looks around bewildered all the time or something. I don't think there's a lot of circuses. It's definitely not going to be, like, Cirque du Soleil or whatever. I'm too old for that. Yeah, I guess, yeah, we're kind of on the same road for a while, so let's let's record a podcast about it and see what happens. And as you already mentioned, we met at my previous job, your current job. We were workplace buddies, and
Trauma bonding's a thing.
Partly that workspace attracts people like us, and that's why we all happen to get along quite well, because I've got some enduring additional friendships from that as well. I still have a Signal chat that is quite lively.
You didn't invite any journalists, did you?
No, there's no.
Don't have any war plans in there?
No, it's the title of the group chat is Drinks and Dank Memes. If that gives you an idea of the tone.
Okay. Yep.
So, yeah. Anyway. Why we were launching a podcast instead of, say, therapy. This is a hell of a lot cheaper.
Yeah,
and also, I mean, have you tried, trying to find a therapist? It's hard. There's not very many of them that are free, that are booked out till, 6 months.
Yeah, well, that is true. I actually found a reasonably decent one a while back, but yeah, you only get 5 Medicare subsidized sessions a year, and I have way too many issues for 5 sessions.
You burn through those in 2 months.
Yep.
Yeah. I always felt like that was a bit of, because we've had to make use of the mental health plan before in our family, and it's kind of just enough to keep you from jumping off the cliff, but not anything further. It's so not gratifying that Medicare is set up that way.
I mean, it's still better than a lot of countries give mental health.
Oh, so, yeah, sure. You would get negative mental health support in some countries.
Yep. Mental health? How about we just throw rocks at you instead?
Make it worse. And then what are we going to do with this podcast? So this is just the introduction. We're not doing a real episode yet, but we wanted to do a teaser.
We wanted to let you know who we were and what sort of madness that you might expect from the brains of us.
Yes. Which basically means, look, squirrel, every 5 minutes.
Do you know, I actually once asked my manager if I could have a squirrel time code, and he didn't get the reference.
Oh, come on.
So he said yes. So, yeah, me and Nicole, who I was working with at the time, we were like, we need a squirrel time code. He's like, yeah, okay. And, I was like, did he get the reference? And she's like, I don't think he did. So we sent him the video clip of it, and he's like, no, you can't have a squirrel time code. The audio said, yes, sorry, mate.
No backsies.
No backsies. We don't joke about squirrel time codes, okay?
They're an integral part of my day.
Yep.
So we've got an approach that we think works for us, which is whatever happens to be the new shiny of the week. And we'll try and limit it to maybe 3 shinies in one podcast episode.
We're trying to work to our strengths so you don't just get one podcast and then we lose interest, okay? So
yes.
We'll talk about whatever is currently interesting us instead of trying to make sure that every fortnight we have a new book that we have read and we are going to discuss. Robot voice initiated. That
would last about 2 episodes and then we'd be like, God, I'm so sick of talking about books.
We'd maybe a 3rd episode where we argue about what book we're reading now. Because we played nice and agreed for 2 whole episodes.
We could stretch it out just one more, and it would devolve into rants about A, how much we hate the podcast, B, how much we hate each other, C, no, your book suggestion is shit, etc.
You read crap. Why do I gotta read crap because you read crap?
So we'll keep it lively and mix it up because consistency is the enemy.
Consistency? What is it? Consistency is the side of a small mind?
I don't know, but I know it's the enemy.
I'll have to fight. It's the enemy of something.
Okay, we'll work on that. I'm sure we can figure this out.
Apparently, Google, consistency is the enemy of enterprise.
Okay. Is this an enterprise?
Well, you did promise me when we get 8 followers I could have merch.
Yeah, that's true. So almost an enterprise. Unless we're talking about the enterprise, in which case we're definitely not that. So what are some of the segments we're going to do? We had some that we picked out that we would sort of talk about.
Yeah, so we thought we'd give you a little bit of a sneak peek of the types of segments we're thinking about doing and what they might entail. So first up is Burning Obsessions, and this one was suggested by AJ, so I'll let her talk about what this one is about.
Well, as you know, we have varying levels and types of neurospiciness. I have never been officially diagnosed with any sort of neurodivergent condition or disorder, but I happen to know that my brain does not operate on a neurotypical level and never has. One of the characteristics of my brain is that I jump from small obsession to small obsession. And I remember in my childhood, I sort of had hit adolescence, and my dad was kind of like, I really hope you find your passion. And really what the answer is I have about 5,000 small passions, and I just rotate through them. But while I am in that burning obsession, it sort of becomes all-consuming. So
$50 million is spent on the right tools. Yeah. Because this one's gonna stick. Okay, so what's your current burning obsession then?
My current burning obsession, as you well know, is the Murderbot Diaries. Although I'm coming to the tail end of it now because I'm on the last novel. I think there were three or four novellas and then a couple of novels and a short story. So I've made my way through. They had been, I will say, not just getting on the hype bandwagon for it. They had been on my to-read list for a long time, like basically since the first couple of stories came out. It was the fact that it was going to be released as a TV show that kind of spurred me. Like, I better read these now and make sure that I do actually like them before I bother to try out the show. And then, yeah, I was just instant kismet, I guess you could say. I just love the humor. I always liked sci-fi stories. I have liked sci-fi stories since I was 10 years old and started reading my mom's back catalog of sci-fi books and nerding out with my one school friend who was also a sci-fi nerd. So yeah, and then I'm also hooked on the show because, you know, Alexander Skarsgård is my favorite Skarsgård. So
there are more than one Skarsgårds?
Oh, there's heaps of them.
Oh, okay. I'm actually terrible at celebrities. I know the ones that I really like and get obsessive about, like Tim Curry, obviously.
Yes. Yeah, well, you know, Tim Curry is in a category off by himself.
Yeah, Tim Curry is like this
all the adulation.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes.
You know, one of the best character actors of all times, but
yes,
I feel like he doesn't get the love that he deserves just because he's not Hollywood gorgeous. So
yeah. But he is.
But his singing
forever,
voice as well.
Oh yeah, forever in my heart, both. For Muppet Treasure Island, obviously, which is the best movie of all time. And he does audiobook narrations. So he has done the audiobooks for Lemony Snicket's series of unfortunate events.
Oh, that's right. I saw that and I was like, unfortunately, I'm not fond of the series. So I'm torn between...
Oh, the TV series?
No, the books either. It wasn't really my thing.
Yeah, fair.
So I'm torn between my love of listening to his voice and having to listen to him read crap.
I keep trying to sell them on my children, and they're just like, no, it just bounces off them.
Daniel was the same. I thought maybe the humor in it would be his thing, and no. He started reading some series. I was like, oh, yes, he's finally reading. I did not do my due diligence because it was a kid's series, so I thought it was fine. It was about kid spies. Turns out they're doing cocaine and stuff in it.
What series is that?
I don't know. I'll have to get in to dig it out. But when I finally found out what was in this, I was like, does the school know? Because it's in their library. What the hell is going on here? But yeah, all these kids' spies are doing cocaine so that they can keep going, and I'm like, no! Just no! But then I was torn between he's finally reading and cocaine usage by children. That was the point where I pulled the plug and let him play World of Warcraft.
Okay. How old was he when he started reading this series?
13, 14.
Okay, that's not. I mean, he wasn't like an 8.
No. It was last year of primary school, first year of high school, sort of era.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's one of those gray areas where they're gonna know about it anyway. So
yeah,
maybe just make sure that it's in a controlled delivery. Yeah. My other burning obsession. Back to the topic. Where did we go? We already way down the rabbit hole.
Yeah. We did promise ADHD tangents. So
tangents on tangents. That's pretty much how I roll.
Mm-hmm.
So my other burning obsession is not really an obsession born out of love, but an obsession born out of hatred, which is it is wintertime in the southern hemisphere, and I'm not a fan. And it's an especially cold wintertime right now, and everybody. See, like,
maybe
this is the thing.
Not as you didn't grow up here, but
no,
I remember winters where taps froze, like solid froze, and frost that I could was thick enough that you could write your name in. I don't see any of that anymore. Waking up to fog, none of it anymore.
Yeah, okay, that part is fair, but hear me out.
Okay.
So I have lived in Western Washington, right near the border with Canada. It got pretty freaking cold there, but the house was warm.
Yeah, we don't build the insulation
is built
here.
like a Sydney house. A Sydney house with a gap that is at least 2 centimeters high under the front door.
Yeah. Yes.
You just never get warm unless you're under the covers with a hot water bottle.
Yeah.
You just never get warm.
That is actually very valid. A lot of Australian houses are designed to get heat out, not keep it in.
And my dad always mocks me. I'm like, oh, it's like down below 10 degrees. And my dad's like, oh, that's springtime. Because he still lives in that area.
Yeah.
And he doesn't understand that inside his house, it's like 18 degrees. So he can mock me all he wants, but he's a lot warmer than I am right now. Yeah, if it's the cold outside, that's fine. I don't mind the cold so much, but I do mind the cold inside, and it's the dark that gets me. I don't like the sun going down at 5 p.m. and it just messes up my whole body's biorhythm. So like I get tired at 6 o'clock and then I have to power through, and then by 11 o'clock I'm wide awake again because I'm already like tired wired.
Yep.
And then I can't go to sleep and I'm up till 1 and then I have to get up at 7. So yeah, just
I think that's probably like a similar reason why I actually like winter. Like I don't like being frozen. That's not what it's about. I like being artificially warm. So I like heaters and fires and stuff like that. It makes me feel nice and cozy. But I've always been a natural night owl. As soon as the sun goes down, my brain starts waking up. So during winter, I actually feel like I get more time back in my life, whereas summer I zonk out a lot. So
it could I used to be a night owl, and I don't mind staying up late, but there's something about it getting dark at the wrong time that seems to break my brain. Like, if it gets dark at 7 or 8, I'd be like, okay, that's good. I had a nice full day. Now I can do some stuff and go to bed at 11 and I'll fall asleep. Instead of, it's dark, okay.
And
but I
you've
still have
still
to
got
cook
kids
dinner.
young enough that you need to fight
And I
them.
have to herd people into pajamas because neither of my children can focus any better than I can. Alright, so what's your burning obsession?
Well, my burning obsession is currently cursing you out every Friday because Murderbot is not further along release than I expected when I started watching it. And they're short episodes, so I finally get sinking into it and it's over. I'm like...
It's like having one chip.
Yep.
And you're like, but I want another chip.
Yep. But my brain is so focused on it that I've just been playing it on loop in the background while I do other things because, when I get like this, I can't move on to a new show.
Which is such a Murderbot thing to do, which is so hilarious.
The last 24 hours, my brain has just been going, there's a place beyond the wormhole where only lovers know.
We just watched the latest episode yesterday, and the bit where he sits Mensa down and he starts playing Sanctuary Moon to help her with her anxiety attack, and he starts singing along really loud. Oh my god! We were both just dying.
Right?
And I also got Adam obsessed with Murderbot as well, by the way.
Well,
I've made I am patient 0 and I'm spreading the virus.
Very good. I've made it to book 5 now, so the first full length novel. So.
Oh, okay. I really liked that one.
Yep. All right. So. I think we covered Burning Obsession. Like, I think we got enough in there that like, when we do Murderbot, we've done the same. All right, then.
Try it.
Anywho. All right, so obviously, as geeky, nerdy types, there will be a book club segment.
Yes, well, we're both bookworms. Like, obviously,
we are, definitely.
We need to have a book club section.
Yep.
And, we have past history of recommending each other things that we have liked reading.
Yes, like Text Remittance. It's a really in-depth read.
It's given me a whole full novel. And I read it and I liked it. And then I binged all the other novels in that series.
I've actually just started rereading it again because I've decided my first book report blog post will be on Written in Red. So, plus, winter I usually go through my cozy reads first.
Yeah, yeah. Definitely book clubs will need to have some cozy fiction options in it. Especially in the past few years, I'm fully on board with the cozy fill in the blank, notion.
Yep. And I mean, my preferred genres I tend to go more the fantasy side of the sci-fi spectrum rather than sci-fi, which is why it's been a little bit surprising to me that I've been so sucked into Murderbot. I think it's more the humour of Murderbot that sucked me in than anything else.
It's the humour, and it's the characters, because it's a very character. All of the other stuff, while I think it's not like soft sci-fi. It's not got the technology there, but it just melts into the background. Yeah, all of the technology stuff is just. Yeah, a lot of the sci-fi... Well written, but not front and center.
Yeah, a lot of the sci-fi I've noticed likes to try and over-explain its own science, and I'm just not interested. Like, I don't care.
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
And I've noticed, maybe it's just the ones I've read, but the sci-fi that I've read takes, fantasy usually, trilogy, 5 books, done, right? It tends to be that. And then you go over into sci-fi and there's, epic space operas that go on and on and on and on, and
I don't know, I've had plenty of fantasy series that are crazy doorstops that keep going forever.
I tend to avoid
Tad
them.
Williams, I'm looking at you.
Robin Hood.
Yeah, I haven't read those yet for the very reason that I know there's going to be another one of that.
And let's not even touch what the hell Jordan was up to.
Started a long time ago that I just had to keep reading and finishing, but now I kind of draw the line. If it's gonna be another George R.R. Martin and then I'm not gonna finish the last book, I'm not in.
I am usually I'll force myself to keep reading till I get to the end because I just need to know what happens. Robert Jordan is one of the ones that I notoriously actually did abandon.
Oh wow, really? Okay. Well, not a Wheel of Time person.
Well, I didn't mind it. It was just it was becoming 2 years between books. Half the book was backstory of what's happened so far, which I find annoying, dull, and repetitive. I didn't like his continuity and how many main characters he had. So you go through a whole book without seeing your favourite characters, and there was just too much going on. And then I was like, you know what? I have to reread all the books because there's been 2 years between them just to remember who everyone is and where we're at. So I'm going to wait until the whole series is out and then read it all in one hit. And it took so long that I just forgot about the series. So, I have been tempted to go back and finally read it because Brandon Sanderson did the ghostwriting of the last 2 novels.
Yeah.
And I actually like his Mistborn series and I've liked what I've read of him. So, and I've heard that the last 2 books were actually the best ones.
Yeah, Adam's just gone through all of the Brandon Sanderson stuff, and I am about to embark, but I haven't dipped my toe in yet. But he's got everything there, so I can just,
Well, we can cover some of that stuff for the book club as well, because I've only really read the Mistborn one, so there's a whole other series that
It's Stormlight Archive and a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, because that's the plan with book club, everyone. We're not reading anything either one of us has read before. It's got to be new so we can discuss it and be all fresh and
Yeah, maybe later on we'll make an exception and break our own rules, but I like starting out with stuff that we neither of us have read and then just come at it blind, basically.
Yep. So, and our first book, we have decided on our first book?
Yes, we have, but I can't remember what it was. Oh, here we go. The Grimoire Grammar School Parent-Teacher Association. So I'm a big follower of what formerly was the Tor.com blog, but now is called Reactor Mag. And so I just basically get all my book recommendations from them, including Murderbot Diaries.
Fair enough.
But I do have some stuff on my TBR pile. So
I've got a whole case of TBR.
I do too, but like I have some specifically set aside that I was going to try and tackle once I finish Murderbot, which is an oldie but a goodie, the Cryptonomicon by Neil Stevenson, and then there's this other one. So I'm trying to remember the exact title. Miss Peregrine's Home for Unusual Children or something like that.
I've seen the movie,
series.
I haven't read it.
Okay, so that's I've read that series, but the author Ransom Riggs has done a new book called The Extraordinary Disappointments of Leopold Berry.
Okay.
And that's one that I got for Adam for Christmas, but now I'm gonna read it.
Okay. My sister tells me that there are two types of book lovers book collectors in the world. People who collect and read books, and people who just collect books.
Yeah.
And she falls into both sides of the spectrum. She's got...
Okay. I was going to say, definitely me, I'm both. And I've gotten better at like, looking honestly at myself and going, yes, I loved reading this book. Am I ever going to read it again? Probably not. I should just put it in the little free library and let it go and be free and bring joy to other people in the world. But we do literally have, like, at least 6 boxes, maybe 10 boxes of books and comic books in our attic that have been in boxes for probably close to 15 years. Because we moved into this house, didn't have anywhere to unpack them because we were going to renovate our house. Decided, we should start trying to have children now because I'm old. So... it will take us a long time to conceive. Literally 1 month later, fell pregnant with twins and went, shit, we haven't started renovating the house. There was one functional bedroom in the whole house.
I love the it's not really planned, but like if this was a project, I would have loved the planning. Like you went, we're going to do the thing, immediately got it started, got 2 for the price of 1, so you did it all in one hit and never have to project again.
Pretty much. Except that project had a project dependency that we thought was going to happen first. So we were good. It was like this secondary project was supposed to have a really long ramp up period that didn't happen. So then we got the whole ball rolling with the renovation, but then had to move out of the house so it could be renovated with twin babies, which turned into moving twice because the renovation took longer than expected between like toddlers, and then finally moved back in to this house. We're too exhausted at that point to actually have things like bookshelves and wardrobes and storage cupboards and things like that, which we're only just getting to now. So all the books are in boxes, and meanwhile we've been getting more books. I'm looking up at the bookshelf. There's like one bookshelf in the house, and it's here. Obviously on the podcast recording, no one's going to see where I'm pointing, but it's here. You can see it. And so we have a wall of books that we've added since then.
But, I mean, realistically, ADHD, you're going to have a floor drobe and a book pile anyway, so why bother unpacking?
All right. So no one asked you.
No one asked you.
What's this one about, Marley?
So this was Marley's brainchild, where she thought it would be fun if we went off and looked for advice column letters and, one for each of us, and then we'd talk through what we would have advised these people. Hence why no one asked you. No one asked us, but we're going to give our opinions.
What's the point of having a podcast if you're not going to give unasked for opinions on stuff? Like,
Right?
isn't that what every podcast is about?
Like, I literally thought that was the whole point. I was confused by this whole book review thing. So that one's pretty straightforward. I don't think we need to waffle on too much about that. But Marley is an Am I the Asshole addict, so she does love to listen to YouTubers read Am I the Asshole and pass judgment on people. So I thought this made absolute sense.
Yeah, I mean, it can be fun as long as we remember that there's probably real people behind the question.
Well, yeah, I wasn't thinking that we'd give nasty advice. I was thinking we would legitimately say, well, this is what I would have told them, and try and be helpful.
Okay.
But the point is to go and find the outrageous weird ones.
Yeah. What's a good potential resource for that? There is a site / I think they're on Mastodon, called Fesshole, and it's basically people put their random confessions on there, and it's all anonymous, so you don't know who's confessed to the stuff. But there's some there's some ones that are just, oh, that's awful, but there's also some ones that are just really funny. Like the petty shit that people get up to that they've confessed to.
There's a whole bunch of like spin-off subreddits from Am I the Arsehole, and one of them that gets really weird really quickly sometimes is there's a specifically BDSM Am I the Arsehole subreddit, and some of them on there are just like, wow, you had to ask.
How that would potentially get complicated quickly.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Right on. So next segment is Stop the Madness.
Yeah, this is where we'll actually share some real mental health awareness and strategies that we find, and news and, updates about mental health stuff.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I mean, even though this is moments of madness, we're not aiming for like constant madness. We want only moments.
We have only moments, and we're not talking about the bad madness, not the ones where they give you the special jacket where you hug yourself. We're talking about the weird things that non-neurotypical people do, and we're quite happy with our weirdness, but normal people look at us and go, "You're mad." That kind of madness, like right. Tangents and continuing a conversation that started 3 years ago as if there was no time in between. Yes,
and coming up with the double entendre 48 hours later.
Yes. We definitely get a lot of weird looks when our comeback is, oh yeah. And then 48 hours later, you ring them up just to go, well,
Wait, I got it.
and I would like to say that has legitimately happened to me, where I have rung my siblings 48 hours later and said, I finally figured out what to say to that. And they just sort of go, I forgot that even happened. Why have you obsessed? Because my brain. Okay, because my brain.
Yes.
Anywho. So... this is why we can't have nice things. This was your brainchild, so what's your vision for it?
Look, everyone loves a good rant, and just this is why we can't have nice things is definitely a go-to phrase in my house. So yeah, it's nothing mind-blowing, but every now and then, why not have a good bellyache in public? Everyone else can commiserate with us.
And then all 10 of our listeners can get in the comments and agree with us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
we'll start our own little echo chamber.
Tell us how much they support us.
Yes. And if they don't support us, we'll start our own something. We've already started a podcast. I don't know what the next thing will be.
To another podcast?
There'll be a spin-off podcast with Blackjack and hookers.
YouTube channel.
Yes.
No. Yes. Anyway, we had a lot of other topic ideas. So
we do have a lot of other topic ideas, yes.
We've got to do some movie talk I personally think your suggestion of a segment called Fake News, where we have to guess whether the headline is real or fake, I love that concept. I love those quiz shows, at like QI and what is it? Was it 8 out of 10 cats or something like that?
8 out of 10 cats does countdown. The Jimmy Carr one.
Yeah,
I
the
love
people
that.
who ad lib funny stuff and it's kind of topical and I just really like that notion. So we'll do our poor sad version.
And we're totally considering like what's the word I'm after? Conscripting. That's the word.
Oh yeah.
Conscripting my son into compiling these list of headlines for us to guess, so neither one of
Yeah.
us actually knows. And he is intrigued by the idea of being able to make up headlines and try and trick us up. So
I'm on board. I probably
yeah,
won't be able to accurately guess because most of the time when I see news, I cannot believe that it's real anymore.
yeah.
Or someone's social media post, I can't tell if it's like a parody account or a real account. I just don't
Yeah,
understand people well enough to
it
figure
it
this out.
it it is getting that way.
Yeah.
You know, and it's but who doesn't love going to see Florida Man headlines? I mean,
There's like a whole subgenre of just Florida man headline.
oh yeah, yeah. And the equivalent over here in Australia is actually the front page headlines from the Northern Territory newspaper. They have a lot of fun with that. Like, there was one headline that was like, frog struck by lightning in massive storms. Some people were almost hurt too. They're just awesome up in Northern Territory News. Just has so much fun with their front page. I love it.
Yeah, it's when your whole, regional area only has like a few 100,000 people in it. I think that just kind of gives you that nice small town feel to your news.
Yeah, and most of them are too busy drinking beer anyway, so they've got to
Yeah,
get something catchy to make them buy the newspaper.
that's right. That's right.
uh,
Circulation is down.
yeah. So, yeah,
Yeah,
lots of things planned, and we can start reading the book now.
we can. Well, I still have to edit this episode somehow. Did you like the intro that I put in?
I did.
Are you happy with it?
I
Okay,
did.
good.
I did. And, when we get 30 followers, we'll actually invest in maybe some mics and stuff to get some better quality.
Yes.
8
Yep.
gets us merch, 16 gets us, like, joblessness, 30 is when we buy the mics.
Whoa, you're planning too many steps ahead now.
Well, come on, every time I've asked for something, I've doubled the count, so technically it should be 32. So...
That's right.
I just feel like maybe the merch should have been doubling somewhere up in the thousands, but I really want a plush dinosaur.
Why don't we just like do the merch and then you can order yourself a plush dinosaur and then that's we've already got the free domain for Moments of Madness.store.
Yep,
So we might as well use it.
Yep. We'll get a prototype, and that one prototype will go up for sale for enough to cover our mics.
Yep.
And
then one of us will buy it, and that will somehow justify spending money.
Yep.
All right.
Is the internet really ready for us?
Yeah, the internet has seen way worse than us, so I'm not even bothered.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to like wholesome much anymore, so, I think we're good wholesome fun.
Yeah, we do have the swears. We do have the occasional swears.
Yeah, but we're also Australian.
Yeah,
Swears are
it's
still
kind of
wholesome.
obligatory. Yeah, that is true.
You've still got the accent from the up there in the top northern hemisphere type place, but
yeah,
you've been here long enough that you're an honorary Australian, so you can swear all you want and still be wholesome.
I think also one of the attractions for me moving here was the fact that everyone
Swear.
swore. It's like totally just no one would bat an eye, even at work in this professional setting. That's bullshit. I'm like, oh, found my people.
Yeah, yeah. It's on all of the recruitment drives for Australia. It's like, come,
Yeah.
we let you swear.
Yes. Drink beer and swear.
Yeah, citizenship test. Can you get from one side of the pub to the other with four pints of beer without spilling any? And what's your swearing vocabulary like? Oh yeah, you're in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Easy. It's a very low bar. Thanks for joining us on Moments of Madness. If today's antic sparked joy or a bewildered chuckle, give us a follow.
Check out our socials for more information or discussion on any of our topics today, or to recommend a book, movie, game, or topic for future episodes.
Until next time, keep waving those freak flags high and embrace the beautifully bizarre.